Welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Developers. I am your host Connor. Hope you're doing good today. So we're going to build on our last video. If you haven't watched it already, go back and watch it. But that was all about how we can self-host our own human readable Bitcoin addresses and start receiving more censorship resistant payments. And we're going to build on that a little bit in this video by showing a use case where it could be used in practice and in action. So that use case is streaming, live streaming online in various different ways. Today we're going to do this through OBS. So it will show you how to set up the ability to be able to receive Bitcoin payments in an environment like a live stream, which is really cool. There are a number of different benefits to it. So as you can see here, we're on a project called Bolt 12 Tips. That was created by Richard Myers, a demo project just showing how you can get all of that set up. We'll quickly read through what it says here in the instructions. So this project demonstrates how to instantly receive a notification when you receive Bitcoin tips while streaming using Lightning Bolt 12 payment codes. You do not need to sign up with any third-party services to receive tips and can get started even if you do not currently have any Bitcoin. This project uses a Phoenix D Lightning server installed on the same machine you are streaming on to receive payments. How does it work? You display a Bolt 12 QR code on your stream. When someone watching your stream scans the QR code with a Lightning wallet on their mobile phone, you receive a Bitcoin payment to your computer. When payments are received, your stream will briefly show an alert, animated GIF, play a sound, and show the amount of the tip and the note from the sender. Cool, so that's pretty exciting. So we're going to walk through all of that and we're going to show you how to get that set up. Here are some of the prerequisites required to be able to do this tutorial. So you're going to need the Bolt 12 Tips repo. We're going to be doing this in OBS, but this could very much apply to any other kind of live streaming software where you can kind of add overlays and that kind of stuff. We will be running some Python scripts, so you will need Python installed as well. The Lightning node implementation we're going to be using is Phoenix D. I'm on a Mac OS, so I'll need to install the binary that is compatible with my machine, and then you'll also need the Java runtime as well. All right, cool. So let's just get started. So the first thing you want to do is unzip the Bolt 12 Tips 1.0 zip file and put it in a directory of your choice. I've kind of already done that and put it in my my desktop here, just here. So put it in a directory of your choosing. Next we need to install some of the Python modules, so we can go ahead and quickly do that. Let me open a terminal here. I'll open iTerm. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys as well, and then I'll just kind of copy the commands in here. And cool, I've already got most of this stuff installed as well, so it should be pretty quick for me. It might upgrade in some instances, but I'm pretty much ready to go. And then we're gonna switch over to OBS. So I'm gonna open OBS. If you haven't used OBS before, OBS is just a piece of streaming software that you can use to do live streams on Twitch, on YouTube, on X, that type of thing. It's free open source software as well, which is really cool. So you don't have to pay some third party to be able to get this kind of functionality. So I'm going to create a new scene to demonstrate this, but I'll leverage one of the ones I already have. So let me duplicate a scene I already have. How do I do that? Oh yeah, I can just go up here and do duplicate, and let's call it Bolt 12 Bolt 12 tips, maybe something like that. Bolt 12 tips. And I'll just drag it at the bottom here so it's out of the way of my other scenes. Cool. So I've got a new scene here, and so I'm going to start setting up some of the visuals for it, so I can display when I receive some Bitcoin and maybe some nice GIFs animations to go along with it. So before I do that, we're going to want to load in the script that runs all of this stuff and connects to our PhoenixD Lightning node. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to Tools and we want to go to Scripts. And then we want to go to Python settings, and we want to you want to browse to your Python installation path. I had a few issues doing this on my Mac. I had to install PyEnv and point to the framework directory there. So here is where my frameworks directory is. It's under COCAS PyEnv versions 3.11.9 library framework. So you might have to play around a little bit to find the right path there. But so you point OBS to your Python installation, and then what do we do next? So we go to the scripts tab and we add scripts and select bolt12 tips.py. So mine is preloaded, but I'll just remove it just to show you guys anyway. So so we click on the add button. Bolt 12 tips is loaded on my desktop, so I'm gonna click on it here and I'm gonna load the bolt12.tips.py script. Click open. I'll wait for it to load here. Cool, nice. So on the right hand side, I don't know if I can make that any bigger. It's gonna make it any bigger, maybe a little bit. So on the right hand side here, you can see there's a description and a little headline here about when you receive Bolt 12 tips, the cat takes them and shows you the note. We'll see what that means in a minute. And I'm going to pass in some values here. One is to authenticate to be able to speak to my PhoenixD instance, and the other one is a Bolt 12 offer, which I'll also generate from the PhoenixD node. What else do we want to do? Okay, so we've loaded in our script here, and now we're just going to set up some more scene visuals to be able to actually see when we actually receive a tip. So I'm gonna close this. Let's see what I've got here. I've got my logo, I've got my mic, fine. I've got my screen capture. So let me just remove I'll hide my screen capture for now. And then I'll add a image and I'll call it cat. And then I'll browse to my Bolt 12 directory, and I do have an image in here called sats.gif. So I'm going to plop this in here. So if you can see that we've got a cat kind of grabbing some coin there. So I'll plop it. Let me plop it around here somewhere, and I will just lock it and I'll hide it for now. And then next thing we want to do is we want to add some text. So this is going to be the text that pops up when we receive some Bitcoin, some sats, and it's going to tell us the amount. So I'm going to add a text field here, and I'm going to call it received. And I'm going to click OK. It's already in use somewhere. Let's see, where is it already in use? Okay, let's try that again. So text. Okay, I can just add existing because I've already got one called received anyway. But you won't, so you can just create a new one. So I will add another one called received. And as you can see here, this is the kind of thing that will pop up once I receive some sats. So I'm going to hide that as well for now. And I'll also lock it. And then the final thing is we want to actually have the QR code. So that's the cool bit. So we can add we can display what is known as a Bolt 12 offer, which people can scan and then from some mobile wallet and then pay directly using that QR code. So let me just go to my scripts quickly. Let me add. I guess I want to add, don't I? And then I want to add an image. I want to call this, what do I want to call it? Bolt 12 QR code. Just make sure I don't have an existing one already. No. So I'm going to create new. I'm going to call it Bolt 12 QR code. And then I'm going to browse my directory and find the QR code, which is here, which gets generated after the first time you run it. So I'll get something like this. So I won't use this QR code because this is the one that comes when you download the zip file. So I'll delete that for now, and I'll wait until I've actually run the node for it to generate the Bolt 12 offer for me, because I still need to, if you noticed, I still need to actually give it the access to my node and the Bolt 12 offer, which is then going to be used to generate the QR code. But I wanted to just wanted to show that in preparation. So let's have a look here. So all right, let's we're gonna run Phoenix now. We're gonna run our Lightning node. I think that's all we need from the OBS side. So we're going to install Phoenix now. So we're going to use Phoenix D. You can download Phoenix D if you're on a Linux machine using wget. I've already downloaded it and unzipped it with the correct binary from my machine, which is Mac OS. So let's go back to my terminal and we'll find the Phoenix D project. So I usually keep mine under keep mine under projects, and let's see here. So let me just see what's in here. Okay. So if I'll call unzip, and I'll unzip the Phoenix file. Oh, okay, I've already unzipped it, so that's fine. So I do WQ or WC rather, Control C, and just come out of that. So I've already unzipped my Phoenix file, so let me CD inside of it, and I'll list what's in there. So in there you'll see two binaries. One is to run the Phoenix CLI and one is to run the Phoenix daemon, and you can see instructions on how to run the daemon on the website here. So let's just run this. Let's just spin up the daemon. Cool. So you can see the node has started now. There's a little bit of information here. You've got like your data directory, which we'll need in a second. You've got it on mainnet. When we open a channel with sufficient inbound liquidity, it will give us 2 million sats of inbound liquidity. Got the node ID, and we've got, very importantly, this Bolt 12 offer, which is what we're going to paste into OBS in a second. So let's go back to OBS quickly, because it did ask us in our script, it did ask us to pass in the HTTP password limited access and a Bolt 12 offer. So we've got one of those things. We've got the Bolt 12 offer, so we can copy and paste that in. And then the other thing we want is this password to be able to speak to our node over HTTP. So let me just split this terminal horizontally, and I will go into, whoa, what happened there? I will go into the Phoenix data directory. So let's have a look here. Yeah, Phoenix. And I think it's a conf file, right? So let me open, I'll open the configuration file in Visual Studio Code. So let's go to phoenix.conf. Let's open that there. Make this slightly bit bigger. So inside the conf file, you'll see 3 fields. And I need this one, the HTTP password limited access. So I can just copy that over into OBS. Cool. So let me close a few windows here. All right, so now that that's done, let's see what else we need to do. Let's see what our instructions say. I did miss this, but it's not that important for this video. But if you run the phoenixd.bat file as well, especially on the first time installations, you're probably gonna want to make a note of your recovery words as well, just to keep them safe, just in case anything happens and you send funds to yourself and for some reason you can't recover them. Make sure you write down your mnemonic. Cool. So we've pasted all of that stuff into OBS now. So let's try and refresh OBS so it gets updated with that information, and then display the logs to see if it actually worked. So we're going to refresh there. We will open the script log and see what it says. Let's see here. I'll bring this on my other screen. Let me just bring this over. I'll close it. I'll refresh again. So just to open the script log, and then click script log. It's a little bit small, but hopefully you can see it says async waiting for WebSocket, and then it just says connected. So if you've set it up correctly, you should get a connected message. Cool, so that's all good. It looks like we're good to go. So I'm gonna close this for now. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna now add in my, so now that we've added our Bolt 12 offer, what the script does is it will generate a QR code for you with that Bolt 12 offer. So I'm gonna add that to my scene here by going to image. I've got to give it a very specific name here. I think it's Bolt 12 QR code, I believe I need to call it. I'll just double check. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So Bolt 12 QR code. Go back to OPS. Let's call this Bolt 12 QR code. Press OK. Okay, this name's already in use. Cool. So I can add existing. And this pulls in. I'll just show you where to find it. But it does pull it in from the folder called Bolt 12 tips.1.0. It auto generates it here for you. So that's where that's pulling that in from. And let's put it in the bottom left hand corner of the screen here. Cool. So you can display this anywhere you want on your stream, right? But let's just make it big and extremely readable for the purpose of this tutorial. Cool. What else do we want to do? Is there anything else you want to do? No, I think that's it. Now we can attempt to make a payment, I guess. So let's go back to Phoenix the Phoenix node. We do have a CLI available to us as well. So let's log some CLI commands. So let's have a look at what's the, I'm in the wrong folder here. Let me go back to my Phoenix D folder. Yeah, let's go into here and let's call the get info command from the Phoenix CLI. And it shows that I've got no channels at the moment. So one thing to note is that in order for this to work, you do need to have a channel already. You already need to have a channel. So let's go ahead and get a channel. So we need to generate a Lightning invoice. So we generate a Lightning invoice by calling. Let's see here. Yeah, so we can create an invoice calling create invoice command. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll give it a name. So let's call Phoenix CLI create invoice. Let's go because I want to open a channel with sufficient capacity, let's go because if we look at this auto liquidity tab here and we look at the fees and the examples, it says here, so a continuous stream of tiny 100 sat incoming payments. The first 300 incoming payments will be added to your fee credit. Continuous stream of 50k sat incoming payments. Yeah. Okay, so this will probably change depending on who the Lightning service provider is. So what I'll do is I'll open a decent sized channel. So let's go back to the terminal. I'll call this, let's say amount in sats. Let's go 150,000. And then description, let's call it Bitcoin developers stream or something like that. I don't know. And let's create an invoice. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'll paste this invoice into one of my payment apps here. Maybe, let's see, who will I use? I'll probably use someone like, we don't really have many Lightning wallets available in the US at the moment, but I'm gonna go ahead and use Cash App. So this is gonna take a little sec while I just paste this over from my computer into the app I'm gonna use to pay this invoice. So give me a second here. What we'll also see as well, while I'm doing that, I'll pull up OBS because it actually will, because the node I'm connected to obviously also accepts Bolt 11 payments, you will see the notification appear on the screen as well, but I'm going to show it also after scanning the Bolt 12 offer that you see on the screen as well. So give me a second here. Let me paste this into, I'm actually going to use Cash App for this. 1 second, I didn't quite paste that right. Let me do that. Whoops. Done. Okay. So that should be coming through any second now. Let's see what happens. All right, there you go. So that was me making a payment from Cash App to a Bolt 11 invoice on that you just saw me generate, and then the notification popped up on the stream. So that's cool. That's nice. But we want to be able to leverage this kind of reusable QR code you see on the screen there. So let's look at the state of our node. Let's look at the state of our node quickly to see if that has opened the channel for us. And we've got some cool messages as well just on the node here. So it says purchased inbound liquidity, 2.1 million sats, total fee 24,532, fee paid from balance, blah 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 blah. I still need to go into a bit more detail about what all of these specific things mean for Phoenix's LSP, but we'll run with it for now. We can call get info as well, and it also shows that our channel has been opened as well, so that's nice. So we have a channel open, we've received some sats. If we want it in a bit more less information mode, I think we can call get balance, and that just shows the balance in Satoshis. So yeah, so the invoice was for 150k, wasn't it? So that's why the balance is showing as 125, because I had to pay some fees for the inbound liquidity. But cool. All right, so now let's we're pretty much done there. All left to test is scanning this QR code and also receiving a payment. So you want a wallet that has the ability to pass Bolt 12 offers and send to Bolt 12 offers. You can check that out at bolt12.org. Also mentioned in the last video. Also, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all of that good stuff, and share it around. But you can check who is on the Bolt 12 train down here. So you got Lightspark, Phoenix, and Strike. I'm actually going to use Strike. I'm going to give Strike a go and see if it works. Yeah, a few other interesting projects as well. So yeah, check that out if you want a Bolt 12 and enabled wallet. Let's go back to the stream. So let me. I do want to keep that on the screen, so let me lock it. I just want to see received. Yeah, so it shows the 125,468 sats that I received minus the fees from the Bolt 11 invoice. So let me close that. And then I'm gonna open Strike. So right now I'm opening Strike. I'm going to the send tab. I'm scanning this Bolt 12 offer, and let's see how much though. Maybe I'll send like, I don't know, 5,000 sats. No, that's a big ass tip, man. Let me do like $5. Yeah, I'll do like $5. I'm clicking send, and I'm gonna confirm. And yeah, so as you can see, 6,000 sats. I just tipped myself, and you had the little cap pop up. I'll do one more just for posterity as well. So I'm gonna scan it again. I'll scan the Bolt 12 offer. I'll send another $5. Let's call it. Yeah, it's about $5. So it's confirming again here. Sometimes it does take a little bit of time, I must say. I think when it's trying to find a route, usually. So sometimes it can be a little bit on the slow side. So I want to send. Let's see here. Let's try a different amount. Maybe let's try 10. I'll do $10 this time, maybe. So I'll go 0.1200, and let's see if that works. So $10 incoming. There we go. Right, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. I won't make this video any longer, but you should. Oh, one more thing, I will make this video longer. I just wanted to show the actual script that is kind of doing this and how kind of simple it is. So I'm not really a Python wizard. I'm not any type of wizard, to be honest with you, but I can pretty much read what's going on here. You've got a few functions that are kind of setting the description within the OBS script tab. So if we go back to OBS very quickly, if we look in tools and scripts, and we can see the description is Bolt 12 tips, that's being set here. When you receive Bolt 12, blah, 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 that's being set here. So adding some visuals, and then you got this function called script properties. I think some of these are like, yeah, so these are OBS specific functions that you can call. And this is where you're able to add the text for the input field for the HTTP password, and then the add text for the Bolt 12 offer, and then you can pull those values into here in a function called update settings. Then you can call QR code.make with the QR code, which is passing the Lightning Bolt 12 offer, and then it's generating a QR code for you. It's doing some stuff to load the script here and update the script and unload the script when it's finishing, I guess. Saving those values, and then it's just pretty much just listening to the node over WebSockets really, and passing JSON responses that it receives from the PhoenixD node. And I think somewhere down here it's looking for yeah, so within that JSON that it's receiving, it's looking for something called a payer note, and that payer note consists of the value that you received in sats, I believe. I could be wrong there. And then it's just kind of displaying that value as a string on the screen. What else have we got here? Yeah, and then it's playing a sound as well. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Hopefully you can be able to hear the sound that gets played as well when the notification happens. Setting up the WebSocket. So yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. It's getting the scene items as well, so that's where we have the cat and the text and stuff, and then a little function to play the sound from an MP3 file. So not super complicated, just 150 odd lines, something like that, if we minus the dependencies and stuff. So yeah, pretty straightforward. So I'd love to see people fork this project, create their own projects, think of other unique ways that they can leverage this. Maybe you could use it to when specific comments are made on your live stream, or you want to tip your users back, or send money to your users if they answer specific questions. Or I mean, you can get creative with it, right? It's all kind of stuff you can do. So yeah, I'll leave it there. It's probably a bit longer than I'd wanted it, but hopefully it's walked you through how to actually get this set up. And I truly believe this is a stepping stone for a really strong use case for Bitcoin, actually. So I'm expecting all of you streamers out there and online people to be able to look for ways to get this set up. And the other nice benefit is that you can keep that QR code on the screen during a playback if you have a 24/7 running node, and you could still receive tips and payments after the fact. It doesn't actually necessarily need to be during the live stream as well. Obviously the prerequisite there is that you'd need a 24/7 node, but other than that, you're pretty much good to go. So yeah, thank you for listening. If you have any questions, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave any comments, leave any messages if anything here was a bit confusing. But yeah, I look forward to spending more time with you guys. Peace.